playmaker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. And the Hokies will put total leather and will get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And here's the veteran, a guy who has been around and is ready to finish his final season with a bang.
It's so nice to have guys like this that have been around the block, that know the offense inside and out. Guys I can trust. Leadership, play on the field, all the boxes are checked.
Yeah, because he's a leader, too, I think this is a guy the offense looks to make plays early. So if I'm the quarterback, I'm calling this guy's number a lot early in this game to go make plays.
Pulls it in on the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me of the
halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Ball in the air, intercepted. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Finds the tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. The Hokies are in the hurry-up. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When you're a undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
And the Hokies will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Bringing it back, it's Perez. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it over 3rd and 9. Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking downfield, it's Love. Sends it downfield. And that pass intercepted. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Line gets set, first down. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Out of shotgun, they go to the ground. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. With the catch, it's Dalton.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field stretching points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that are just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. I'm sure we're going to have a better route.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, but you know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the 1st down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time, able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, we run the RPOs, just run positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Keeps looking downfield. Quarterback gets the 1st down. They'll chase him out of bounds after a nice pickup on the play.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you've got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a 1st down? Just
quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play to the inside.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you've got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a...
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama! And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Let's see what he can do with the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. As the defense comes out, they've got him pinned back, and listen to the roar of this crowd. They'll give it to the back. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. The Hokies in the hurry-up. Brown wants to pass. Immediately fires to the middle. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. No huddle here for the offense.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chain. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got a man, it's high. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Brown will throw it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback in the first possession.
And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, it's so nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, shoot up.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Hokie.
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm. This passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. No chance. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you can play a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he's running in the open. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on second down. From the gun. Give on the inside. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Really good looking run. You know, think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide back.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Picks up what he can and then slides.
These guys aren't human. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Quick release by the QB. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
Leaves it with the back. At the 20, he's got space. He's now up to 52 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this cat.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And this offense has got it all, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start the black side inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together, great job executing, great job getting a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. We're about to get another look at this rookie offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts out. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line. Guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield. And that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
And the draw play, it's about looking over here, look for pass, and then slipping it in real quick. Defense, too quick getting in the backfield, caging that ball, making it stay in the middle of the field, getting a big TFL.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. And he goes down back at the 1-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. They can feel uncomfortable. They can feel that pressure. Keep getting them on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The give out of the gun. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. See if they stick with that plan on 2nd. Back to throw. It's locked. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. Unloads quickly. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
They'll run the screen. Touchdown Tide! What a catch and run for 6.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop return man. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and shooting.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab outside. It's high.
And on that out route 3rd down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the first down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch, but it sets up formation.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Brown wants to pass. Skips away from pressure. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Defense is all about removing negative plays. He does a really good job at the quarterback spot, not taking sacks. That's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off. He gets a positive gain.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on first down from the 28. He's looking to throw it. Dances away from the Heat. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing... And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo. Off the play fake. Their pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's going to fire deep. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. A very conservative approach here, just taking the knee and heading to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment environment there in Tuscaloosa. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And the defense is swarming to keep it from getting to the 1st down. And the Hokies will punt it away on 4th down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He's got great speed. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes that Alabama offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
A designed run for the quarterback. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. It's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end-of-the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well for the game.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did their throwing into their running back with the defense. They were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And the pummeling has started. Oh, and it hits the left upright. No good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Brown wants to pass. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Dalton. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. The Hokies send out the punt unit. Looking for a block. It's Perez. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Makes it past the marker. bulldozes him. He's got 93 yards rushing, and this offense wanted to establish the ground game, and man, have they started the season right in that regard. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. And he has a solid game before the defense bobbles him up. Going to work on 2nd down. The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
He's got it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these 3rd and shorts, and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit.
Touchdown, Alabama! And the route is on.
Everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. We've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let him go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the heels.
Here's the handoff. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
42 Spider.
Hands it off. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team's being out physical. You're in a lot of football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when you decide to run.
Finds us back in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. At midfield, he's got room. The expressway is wide open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. And the Hokies look to keep this drive humming. They'll throw it on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's high. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll keep it himself. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I'll tell you, the running backs and the quarterbacks in this offense, they got to give a lot of their success running the football to this offensive line up front. They're getting tremendous push. It doesn't matter who has the football, who's keeping the football. You're just seeing this group up front drive this defense.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they lost the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a loss of yardage on that one. Sometimes there's no substitute for old Lady Luck, and having her on your side, and she just guided that ball out of bounds for the offense.
Man, I think that head coach, he just narrowly avoided having a heart attack. You can never afford turnovers, but especially not down in the red zone.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat in. Down he goes again. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. And he takes this from inside the 5. Here comes that Alabama offense. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He wants to take the top off. Brings it in down the left side. Open runway ahead. Touchdown time! And the beatdown has ensued.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And the extra point is good. He'll start the returning, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession. The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw.
I tell you what, man, you better be looking at your puppy dog feet and seeing where they are, Palmer. You don't want to get back in that end zone, and bad things happen when you get set.
I don't know if you want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on to the football very much longer after watching that last play. This defense right now is pinning their ears back from this area of the field, and they are getting after him quick.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Going to the running game. He's loose at the 15. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And how about that, man? If you're a defense, that's demoralizing. You get them in a known passing situation. They slip the run in there. All you got to do now, you're playing deep for pass, but now come on, just make the tackle. Force a 4th down. The defense could not get them back on the ground, Palmer. He gets the first down.
Yeah, David, and better gap integrity up front, too, on defense. I know you think it's going to be passed, but that doesn't give you an excuse to get out of your lane. Everybody's thinking sack the quarterback, but now they've just opened a huge crease for that running back, and he took advantage of it.
The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. Brown will throw it. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking down the field. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Looking to throw for it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll throw it on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the stomping has commenced. The extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Lining up to recover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And his first pass is incomplete.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the 4th quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing. That's why they're losing.
And the Hokies will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll bring it back. It's Perez. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing on until they find an answer.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Across the 15. Oh, look out! And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal for the offense. This is a designed run. Touchdown! And the punishment has been extended. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, Dave, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Gets some yardage and gets down.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do I do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Looking for a block. It's Perez. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes that Alabama offense. Line gets set. First down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And the pummeling has started. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
Is good.
That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Pocket starts to collapse. And they got him for the sack.
Man, the sack in this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
Fires left. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the He's looking to throw. This time it's complete. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and lead the clock.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be a more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's looking downfield to throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Still running at the 40. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big snap.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers, they can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Looking to move it through the air. He'll take a shot. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout. After taking another look, just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. They'll try to really get into this one. He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's taking the shot. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And they're going to put another one into the end zone. another one onto this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down for the offense. He's going to pass. Looking left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Hokies line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it, keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. We were still letting us throw the football. It's the defensive job to stop it.
And his offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop it.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I tell you, I love the mentality by this offense right now. They've got a pretty big lead. They're still being aggressive, taking shots, and they're finding the matchups they like. Man, they're taking advantage right now.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a
touchdown time, and the route is on.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it...
Gonna take a shot. Fires into traffic, picked off.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you've got to have a short temper. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career reception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next one. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Got the quick pass. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.